In community outreach, I work with the Extension program in family development. So I work with the divorce education programs, which are programs that co-parents take when they're going through a divorce and there's a custody dispute. So I work in evaluating that program. And then I also work in outreach around parenting and support for LGBT youth. And so I've been doing community outreach. I'm the scholar for transgender youth this year. So we've been doing outreach, supporting the needs of transgender youth throughout the state. And I've been doing outreach with the Department of Education to get a transgender item on the state school survey. And I do work with the Center for Sexual Health, supporting their research in assessment and long-term clinical evaluations. Every state has a land-grant university, and the land-grant universities were founded with a block grant from the federal government to each state to create a university that is with the function of bringing knowledge to the people. And so those are the universities that have the colleges of agriculture. And alongside the agriculture component was the departments of family and human ecology that had family studies, that had nutrition, and that had child development, and had clothing and textiles. Extension is the outreach piece of that, and so it's the kind of the third prong of any land-grant university that takes the knowledge of the university out to the community. I'm not someone who's developed curricula, although I will be developing some sessions that are LGBT specific around our divorce education. And the outreach stuff that I do for trans youth is based specifically on my own research. So I do that outreach myself. Well, my interest in working with graduate students is predominantly in working on research. And so we work closely on research. And that could include evaluation and outreach-based research on that stuff, or it can also include research on the projects that I have going in the department. And most of my research is focused largely on transgender youth, although I have some other broader LGBT research as well. I work with a researcher at Columbia who's tracking several young adult panels of transgender community-based samples over a period of several years, and so I've been analyzing their genderqueer identity measure. So I've developed several measures of genderqueer identity and family environment for transgender young people. So measures development. So I have a mixed methods research lab, quantitative and qualitative, and so we do a lot of really direct research in a variety of environments. I'd say that I focus that in two areas. One is working directly in measuring and supporting the development of healthy family environments, and then secondly in measuring and understanding the ways in which gender develops in gender variant individuals. So we've been functioning with a gender identity model for a long time that suggests that gender develops in two ways. There's female and there's male, and then sometimes it develops in a way where you flip from one to the other. What we're really understanding is that there are a lot of other ways gender can develop, and so I've been really busy thinking about and studying the ways that gender can develop in between those two spaces and how someone's gender might sort of move back and forth between those two spaces over time. And so I think when we have a better understanding of that, it will be easier to support families in creating a positive environment for young people around their gender.